Okay, part 2, Louise. So we're going to do some up now, and yeah, let's get into part 2. You know, that was lucky.
I think all I needed was just some sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, what a concept.
Ah.
Okay, so only for the highest power of Louise. Okay, so where do we need to go next? Okay, so the next thing we need to do is balance your celestial circuit. That's the connection between your conscious meridian and your unconscious meridian on the spine. So once again, there's a whole bunch of spinal stuff showing up in the bioresonance, and you can imagine energy feeds the structure in our body as well. So I'm going to check this because when we've been unwell for a long time, all our body's energy systems can shut down. Okay, so I've put in the coordinates for the beginning and end points of the central and governing meridians. So hold. Okay, it's a lock, so it's either balanced or second stage stress. And hold. Yeah, right. So, is there psychological reversal? So that one's saying it's okay, and yet it's showing up as a balance. So, is there psychological reversal in here? Want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust, safety. So it is safe to let go of this problem. And hold? No. It is safer to keep this problem. And hold. Right. So I think what's happening is your unconscious brain likes your body out of balance because there's something your unconscious brain is getting out of it. So it's telling me it's okay, and yet there's a psychological reversal saying, no, 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 I like my safety. I like my safety cocoon. So we need to calm that down. Yeah, it's not the normal corrections. Okay. It's not the chakras. Okay, there's a flower essence we need. Sundew. So sundew is about the brain not working, brain fog. So it's for feeling disconnected, split, lack of focus, daydreaming, vagueness. So it helps with feeling grounded, living in the present, and being focused. Okay. So the affirmation we need to say is, I am focused in the here and now. I am focused in the here and now. I am focused in the here and now. And hold. No. So that's saying no. And I am now grounded in the physical plane. I am now grounded in the physical plane. And hold. No. So we need to work on both of those. Okay. So we've got to do a little correction called a BEST technique, which is a bioenergetic reset. And this one helps to reset the center of gravity, which should be here. Hold up nice and strong. Okay. So the center of gravity isn't where. So once again, when we're unwell, our nervous system's all over the place. So we need to recenter, reground, get your brain more focused. Healing is hard when your brain isn't focused. Oh, the liver. Yeah, okay. So Renergy's feeling discomfort underneath the liver area. And even while we're working, the liver can be dealing with toxins and shifting emotional baggage. Okay, so let's see where that's sitting. So firstly, is your center of gravity back to normal? Hold. Okay, so it's locking. Let's make sure it's okay. And hold. Yeah, so that's beautiful. That's locking and unlocking the way it's supposed to. Let's check those affirmations. I am focused in the here and now. I am focused in the here and now. I am focused in the here and now. And hold. That's a good lock. Let's make sure it's not overworking. And hold. Beautiful. And hold. Excellent. So that one's good. So then the second one. I am now grounded in the physical plane. I am now grounded in the physical plane. And hold, and that's locking. And hold, and that's unlocking the way it's supposed to. And hold. So that's locking and unlocking, which is amazing. So basically that's working well. So now let's check the beginning and end points of the celestial circuit again. And make sure it's balanced with the psychological reversal that showed up before. And hold. So that's locking. So we'll make sure it's a perfect lock, which means it should unlock when I'm asking it to. Okay, so that's beautiful. It's locking and unlocking, but it did that before and it was hiding a psychological reversal. So let's go check those. Want, need, think, safe, believe, deserve, trust. So they're showing up okay, but let's go and double check that safety one because it could be hiding. I don't want it to be hiding, but let's go make sure it is safe to let go of this problem. And hold. Yeah, so that was unlocking before. It is safer to keep this problem. And hold. So that one was locking before the other one was unlocking, so they're working beautifully now. Yay! Okay, so once again, so we've got spinal cord stuff going on in your bioresonance. Obviously face down there was a bunch of stuff. So I might check some stuff around the jaw and also make sure you don't have any cranial injuries locked in there. Because when we've got exhaustion, sometimes some of the cranial nerves are really jammed and just not getting energy through that spinal cord. So to get supplements that really activate that is a bit challenging, but there are a few things that do it. So, firstly, I'll make sure the frontal neck muscles are working well. So lifting, hold up, I'm pushing down, hold up. Nope, that one's perfect. Turn it 10 degrees and hold up. Turn it 45 degrees, hold up. Lovely. Turn it 10 degrees, hold up. And 45, hold up. Excellent. So now hold down, don't let me lift up. Hold down. Okay, now head up again and don't let me push down. Actually, that's pretty darn good. Let's check the jaw. So put your right, actually, firstly I'll check the muscles in the side of the leg. Hold out, don't let me pull in. Hold out, don't let me pull in. Beautiful. Now put 2 fingers either side of the jaw. Hold out nice and strong. Okay, so the jaw's jammed. So it's not the cranial bones like I thought it might be. It's the jaw. So we need to just do some little tweaking there. Once again, if you did have a home massager, yeah, absolutely. You can actually, I don't know if you can hear that, but you just put it on the lowest setting. This one's called Dr. Graham's massager. And I don't know if you can get them something like it in Portugal, but it's just awesome. You know, sort of releasing that. You can do it on anywhere in your body that sort of feels really congested and sore, because the massage vibration wakes up the cells and supports them detoxing, which is amazing. So yeah, so the jaw's showing up. So I'm just going to, the right jaw is about stress and the left jaw is about being defensive. Tender, okay.
That might be me.
We've both travelled in Thailand last week. Amazing.
Incredible.
But yes, so between flights and elephant rides and actually we can't complain about the beds.
No way.
Getting to bed between 1 and 2 every night. We did have one later one than that. Good fun. Okay. So now let's see. So do I need to do anything else in relation to the jaw? Oops. Do I still need the sundew on there? So that can go off for now. Okay, there's something going on. It's more to do with the, actually I think in the bioresonance, there was a whole bunch of congested lymph in here. So one of the things that happens when our shoulders are forward, basically that can jam the lymphatics. So we need to get into the habit of sort of, elbows back and then bringing the hands back and opening up that chest, which helps to open up those lymphatics. If you've then got like a home massager and sort of work through that area as well, it's amazing to start shifting things. And down through that whole sternum area in front, behind there is your thymus gland, and your thymus gland makes a lot of immune system cells. So, giving that a bit of a tap helps to activate the thymus gland. And actually your heart chakra, when I was in your circulation in the bioresonance, your heart chakra showed up as one of the causes. So there's something about your self-love, your self-worth, your self-ability to put yourself out into the world that's a little bit unhappy at the moment. It's not as strong as it could be. And of course, when we're not feeling well, we don't feel like, doing as much as we normally do. Okay, so. Oh, hello. Oh, cool. Good to see you. See ya. Supplement pickup. Okay, so where was I going with that? I'm going to check your pec major claviculars going in here to see whether or not they are pulling everything forward and congesting this area. So I'm going to stretch back on the right, hold the arm up. Yeah, so it doesn't want that. Hold up, and it doesn't want it because this is protecting you. But we need to allow it to open up so that you can detox. So you can detox your skull, your brain, your chest, your lungs and everything. So the correction. Breathe in, breathe out and lift. 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 Yeah, I did that to someone in the pub this week. So I had them standing up and I was sort of thinking if you could do that yourself. So if you had something that you could lean against and then something and then sort of go breathe in and breathing out and push forward and breathing. Oh, yeah, I suppose you could even resist it yourself. I've never thought about that. But hold your shoulder back when you're breathing in. Breathe out and push forward. Breathe in. Breathe out and push forward. Breathe in. Breathe out and push forward. Oh, I've been wondering how to do that on myself for years. Ah, funny. Okay.
Switch yourself.
Yeah, I did it to someone in the pub the other night and I thought, oh, I've got to teach it like that to foundations class. Who was that? Anyway. Someone we did a tweak with. Okay, so let's just double check. So I'm pushing that back, hold up. Beautiful. Pushing that back, hold up with. Excellent. Okay, so what's next? So also down through here, there was a bunch of lymph congestion in through here. So I'm just going to double check all these little master little lymph nodes either side of the sternum. Those two. Are they more tender than the others? So basically if you rub either side of your sternum, and if you find sore spots, give them a little rub, all the way from here to here. So just go down there, and either side, if you find sore spots, just give them a tweak for 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds. And that just helps the lymph in that area to move the toxins. That's better. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to get into your immune system. So we obviously want to boost your immune system in relation to as much as we can. So there's master immune system points either side of your, actually for you at home, on the side, that's 1 point. So where your elbow comes in, that's 1 point. And then it's just underneath the collarbone. So you can tap that, and then you tap underneath the other collarbone. You can do that anytime you want to boost your immune system. If you want to do something specific, you can say in relation to long COVID. In relation to long COVID, and that's saying, okay brain, okay heart, I want you to help me work on this. So you can tap these anytime to help to boost your immune system in relation to something, and then give the thymus gland a little bit of a tap as well. So let's check it in the clear. So hold. In the clear means without any stress, without any question. Okay, so that's saying I'm okay. So let's go test it and see if it's true. So in relation to any and all long COVID symptoms, any and all long COVID symptoms, and hold, okay, and hold, 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 hold. Okay, so yeah, your immune system doesn't have a program to deal with the symptoms at the moment. Any and all long COVID symptoms. And hold, 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 hold. Okay, so now let's ask, in relation to any and all strains of coronavirus. Any and all strains of coronavirus. And hold, 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 hold. Okay. So yeah, so the immune system doesn't have a program to deal with some stuff going on in your body. Coronaviruses mutate, so even though they've been around forever, sometimes we don't have a new program to deal with manipulated versions. Any and all strains of coronavirus. I sort of hope the AI bots don't, dislike that one. I've got to be careful what I say since it's in here unlisted on YouTube. Okay. So now let's check anything to do with the jibbity jab. Because of course, yeah, okay, any and all things to do with the jibbity jab. And hold, 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 hold. There's no energy mismatches. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, so the immune system doesn't have a program to cope. Okay. Any and all challenges and toxins associated with the jibbity jab. Hold, 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 hold. If there's any words you don't understand that you're wondering about, find out what time it is on the clock and say, what does this word mean, or what did you say at 45 minutes in? So ask me questions if there's something, because then I can go and find it. Whereas if you just say to me in general, what was the chakra you mentioned? You know, there's a lot of stuff in an hour, so I can't remember all those details. But if you give me a time of which video, I can go and have a quick look for you. Because I'm aware, since you had a strong accent for me, then I will have a strong accent for you. So, okay. Now, there was also things like funguses. There were a few molds in there, like aspergillus. There was some funguses. Yeah, so there were some funguses. I didn't see candida so much, but there were a whole bunch of other viruses as well. So in the bioresonance, in the second one, the body system scan. So once again, I'm just going to ask around any and all viruses, any and all viral toxins, any and all manipulated viruses. Hold, 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 hold. Okay. Any and all viral and viral particles. And hold, 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 hold. Beautiful. Okay. But because of the funguses and molds, I just want to pick up your immune system to recognize these as well. Fungus and fungal particles. Any and all fungus and fungal particles. Hold, 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 hold. Oh, this is the first time. So your general immune system is okay, but there's an energy mismatch showing up, which means that your body doesn't even recognize fungus and fungal spores at the moment. Now, some infections are really clever in the body, and they can release substances that stop our immune system from recognizing them. So an example of that is some cancer cells release a substance called HCG. HCG is a substance that pregnant women release so that the immune system doesn't attack the baby. So cancers can do this as well, so that our immune system doesn't recognize them. Cheeky.
It's like protection.
Oh, it's a huge protection. So yeah, so lots of infections will deliberately hide in your body so that your body can't find them. They can hide in mucus, they can hide in body tissues, they can hide in the mitochondria, they can hide in fat cells. I mean, you're obviously tall and lean, so it's not, well, even then you've still got some fat cells, so it's still possible. But don't forget the brain is a fat cell. You know, your brain's filled with fat as well. So sometimes those toxins can get across the blood-brain barrier and hide away, which can give you that brain fog. And I know that's why you're asking about your thyroid, and I will check. I've ran the second vitals report, which will give me a list of about 15 thyroid functions, so I'll sort of have a look at those. What was that? Okay, so fungus and fungal spores, fungus and fungal toxins. And hold. Beautiful. So that's locking. I'll check mold as well. There were a few things like black mold. Okay, so mold and mold spores. And hold, 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 hold. Ah, okay, so once again, there's an energy mismatch, but there's not the general immune system. So your body isn't recognizing fungus and molds. And the problem with that is that can cause any symptoms of immune dysfunction. So there's something called CIRS, which is CIRS, chronic inflammatory respiratory syndrome. And with CIRS, the funguses and molds can get into any tissues in the body and create a chronic inflammatory response. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking, how do you treat all of these things at the same time?
What did the HCG come up for?
So no, I just asked about that. Actually, maybe I'll ask about HC. I've never done this for a guy before. I like thinking outside the box. So let me check in relation. So that one was mold and mold spores. And hold, okay. So now let's ask in relation to HCG. And hold, 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 hold. Okay. So from a let's go check for cancer perspective, it's not a be all and end all, but it's a good sign that it hasn't shown up. Like with long COVID, I'm always checking that these days because we just don't know what's going on in the body. So there's all sorts of things going on the planet at the moment that are more challenging than before. So I'll also check. And I didn't see anything in the bioresonance, so I'm just checking it just because I can, in relation to cancer and cancer cells. Cancer and cancer cells. And hold, 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 hold. Okay, there's an energy mismatch. So every human on the planet, we all make cancer cells every day because it's probably a redox reaction, because there's a reaction that happens within a cell, and sometimes the cellular response gets a bit out of whack and we create some cancer cells. But most of the time, when our immune system's functioning, our immune system just goes and sorts it out. So our lymphatics and our thymus and our spleen and 90% of the immunity is in the gut. So all sorts of things are in there trying to deal with our immune system issues all the time. But if there's an energy mismatch to cancer cells, that's another thing, because it means the immune system won't recognize them. So this is just, it doesn't mean you've got cancer, but it's saying that if you had cancer cells in there, your body wouldn't be recognizing them. The fact that the immune system stuff didn't unlock, that's a good start. It's a good sign. That makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I did immune system stuff with my foundations course this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, we started. I went an hour overtime. It was so much fun. And I did another coaching course this morning.
So why not?
Yes. Okay. Cancer and cancer cells. And hold. Beautiful.
Did anyone leave?
Well, Judy was the first one to say, I've got work, I've got to go. And that was, after 2 hours. So I said, we better stop now. Okay. What else showed up in there? Okay. Oh, let me just have a quick look, actually, at the reproductive and the thyroid and the... So I want to sort of have a look at anything that could be messing with your energy production. So you'll see some foods in there. So when I send you these reports, anything that is still red, so basically there's some reports, red and orange are bad, green is good. So basically you'll get a couple of different reports. Actually, I'll do a little video for you afterwards. And if I don't, send me a message and tell me to do a little video for you. That's my intention. Actually, your foods are pretty good. The sort of things that are showing up at the end are elemental cheese, kefir, whey, blackberries, cantaloupes, key lime, peach, corn, wheat. Wheat's a big one. It was out this morning and it's also out again now. So wheat's just really not good for you at the moment. Green peas, navy beans, soybeans. All the meats are good. Can't have any lobster. No lobster mornay for you. Brazils, and they were out before as well. There were 3 nuts out initially. Now there's only 1 nut out. Getting less nutty. Black tea, chili peppers, coffee. Sorry about that. That was out before as well now. Dill, licorice root, corn again, red cabbage. Okay, so now let me go have a look. So they're the foods that were out, but yeah, your immune system's a bit all over. So obviously we've still got to work on that. Chakras are great. Meridians, not too bad now. Oh, the circulation of the sexual organs. Right, so there's high histamines in the body at the moment. Let me put that in. High histamines. And hold, 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 hold. So once again, with histamine, there's an energy mismatch going on. So histamines build up. So you can imagine histamine is released when our body's having an allergic reaction to something. And histamines build up in the gut, the brain, the uterus, and the spine. And electromagnetic frequencies, like, all from our phones and our 5G and our 4G and our 3G and all of the smart devices. So the electromagnetic frequencies build up in the gut, the brain, the testes, and the spine. So we need to have everything working well so that our body firstly recognizes these, because if we're not recognizing them, we're slowly microwaving our body with all of those EMFs, and EMFs and histamines attract each other and sort of almost like keep them in the cells, which can make us tired and exhausted and achy and painy. And just thinking about the thyroid and the reproductive organs, especially the reproductive organs are really attracting a lot of these substances these days. Okay, so histamines. Okay, so cortisol dysfunction. So in relation to cortisol, let's just ask your immune system, does it know what to do when we get too much cortisol? And hold, hold, hold. Hold, hold. Okay, so it's not affecting the immune system. Like, that's not one of the things. That's fine. Yeah, so there's a couple of brain nerves that aren't optimal. Couple of little things going on with the heart. Yeah, cartilage and teeth, so there seems to be some sort of collagen issue going on. Yeah, right. So uterus and prostate in the endocrine glands are showing to be really out of whack. So this is separate from the other one where it didn't show up. This is a different scan. Yeah, but the posterior pituitary in the brain isn't happy. And that's one that's connected to all sorts of hormone releases. In your scan before, there was lots of melatonin and serotonin that were out of whack. So, okay, so posterior pituitary. The eyes are really tired. There's a lot of lymphatic congestion in around the eyes. Yeah, right, your bone marrow isn't happy. So if your bone, it's showing up red. You know, there's red and green. Actually, there's a couple of different reports. I'm looking at the simple one. So bone marrow, if it's congested or toxic, you're not releasing enough new stem cells out into the body. If we don't have enough stem cells, then we can't repair our body tissues and organs. Yeah, right, the appendix is showing up as well. So sometimes the appendix shows up with parasites. So I might actually check in relation to parasites and parasitic infections. And hold. Yeah, okay. Hold. 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 Okay. So parasites and parasitic infections. Parasites and parasitic infections. Parasites and parasitic infections. Hold. 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 Beautiful. Oh, and histamines are actually released as well to change the biochemistry around parasites. So that could be a connection as well. Yeah, there's a couple of things going on within the semen area, but that's not a surprise with all these toxins going on. Actually, your thyroid's looking pretty good. So the only thing showing up is a little bit of low free TH. So that's the inactive version of our thyroid. So that's actually pretty good. But the prostate did show up. All right, penicillin is showing up. So within the molds, the actual mold that is still showing up now after our balance is penicillin. 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 So I don't know whether you had that as a baby or whether you've had any infections where you've needed penicillin. One of our friends, when she first met me, I was on the radio and she heard me talking because she'd been unwell. I think it was pneumonia, bronchitis, something like that. And she'd had about, it was over 20 penicillin injections in her butt. And she had not improved. And finally she went to her doctor and he said, well, and mind you, going back over and over and over again, but, and then she came to me and within a few days, the herbs and nutrients were kicking in and she was feeling better. That was Miss Mon. What? That's how she found me on radio.
Right. Jeez, I don't know that.
Penicillin. That's better. But yeah, there's a bunch of parasites in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, there's something going on in there. And actually, because the appendix showed up, the appendix releases an anti-parasitic hormone. So when our appendix isn't happy, oh man. Okay, I think I am sort of thinking, you need some redox signaling molecules initially just to wake everything up. And then I was thinking the Renew 28 is a gel. I don't know if you've heard of this. I'll send you some information. But basically, because the redox cleans out the mitochondria, it cleans out the cells and starts waking them all up. It helps to switch on your anti-inflammatory genes. It helps to switch on your detox genes. It helps to, but then I'm thinking there's also a gel that you can use that has twice the amount of redox signaling molecules. You shake it up to activate it, and then you can put it anywhere in the body, like over your appendix. You can use it over your heart if you get chest pains. You can use it anywhere your lymphatics are congested. You can use it in and around your hairline to wake up your brain. So, and over the thyroid, because there is a little bit of inactivated T4, but it could be the best thing to get started on, just to sort of see, clean some stuff up, and then do another one in a few months. Okay, but the viruses are looking heaps better now at the end of the balance. So I'll send that one to you as well.
Starting at the foundations, eh?
Yeah, starting at the foundations. So, okay. So now 100% release, beautiful. Okay, so again, I'll just double check your chakras. Your chakras were actually really good in there. Let's just see whether you're I want to make sure with all this immune system stuff we haven't activated any stress hormones. That's good. Hold, that's good. Perineus. Oh, that's the perineus brevis.
What stress?
So relates to bladder, yeah.
That's bladder.
Yeah. So, with Touch for Health, we go down and in. With this one, we go back. So right. You do it along with the flexor hallucis longus. Let's check the tibials. Beautiful. Let's make sure the jaw and the hips are okay together. And hold. Oh, okay, hold. Right, so the femurs aren't quite in the sockets of the hips. So once again, that could be because your sacrum showed up so much before. So any movement you do on the sacrum, I might also send you a copy of the Moro reflex exercise. So that helps to wake up the sacrum and a whole bunch of pathways from the front to back of the brain to allow you to have more brain energy. Beautiful. Yeah, so when the sacrum is jammed, it can impact on a lot of things around here. So that's why, the Moro could be a really good thing. Okay. Is there anything we need to do in this first session of Louise to really finish up? Oh, there is still something. Okay, what do we need? Something electrical.
Or frequency.
Sorry?
Or frequency.
Or frequency. Good one. I'm going to say that from now on. Oh, we need to do figure eights. Okay. So face down, face up, face down. Can I surrogate face up for face down? I can. Okay, so where is it underneath? Okay, so can I surrogate the front of the body for the back of the body? Beautiful. Okay, so we need to do figure eights. So this area from here to here, behind you, is holding you in the past because your nervous system doesn't want to move forward because of all this stuff you've got going on in the nervous system. So the trunk of the body, where this energy is out, has all the major organs in it. It has the major part of the spine in it. So the energy that's feeding this, or the frequency that's feeding this, is being challenged.
I don't mind turning around if you need it.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's just make sure that's nice, beautiful. Make sure it's not overworking. Ha, it is. Okay, so what do we need? Do we need more figure eights? Face down, face up. So this time face up. Oh, okay. So the next one, face up, is from here to here. Your legs are about moving you forward. It's about, but it's also fight and flight and things like that. So the energy in front of your legs, if it's congested, your body could be in freeze or fight or flight. So you can imagine it's all about your legs, whether or not you have to stand and fight or whether you have to run like crazy to be out the door. They're sick of doing it. They don't want to do it anymore. And hold. Hold. Okay. So now does this one reset? And hold. And hold. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. Is there anything else we need to do on Louise? Beautiful. So we're at the end. So there will be more to do, but this is a really good start.
Like a full body figure eight.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Nice. Yeah, beautiful. Nice. Awesome. Okay, I will upload this, get it to you. Thank you, Rana. Oh, just like I've got to lock it into your nervous system. This is a new program for this body now and in the future. The old program for this body is no longer necessary now or in the future. Hallelujah and amen. Beautiful. Okay, Louise, I'll talk to you later on and I'll send some information about this thing. If that doesn't suit you, let me know and we'll organise something else. But I think it would be a really, really good start. Okay, talk to you soon.